So I'm parked here over at the Kootenai Boat Landing. I haven't been here for a long time. This is one of my favorite places. It's kind of a stormy day here. I'll show you what it looks like out there. Look at that. Here. It is very beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. It's all right. This is kind of strange. I really want to talk about this, and uh, I really I'm really kind of catering this to women, because lately the Lord has been again peeling back another onion layer and revealing to me some of the things that I need to do. He is coming back very soon, and I just feel that things are accelerating very quickly, and He's working in those of us who really want to be consecrated and want to be ready, but He's also taking our character, and He's continuing to chisel away. So this chiseling started before I even came out to Idaho. It started with a patient, a male patient that I had. And I'm a nurse, and I'm in a facility that because this is one of our first patients, it was a male. We weren't separating males and females. We really believe as Adventists, this is kind of where Ellen White comes in, that male and female physicians and nurses should not be taking care of each other. So I've read that. I agree with that. When I worked at Eden Valley, and then when I was at Wildwood, they separated the sexes. And we shouldn't be doing massages on each other. We shouldn't be in the same hydrotherapy. We shouldn't be giving fever baths or saunas. So and that's really important, because the heart above all things is wicked. And even though we're professionals and we're godly men, godly women, this is we don't want any temptations. We don't want the appearance of evil. We have to be very, very careful. So we actually had a patient that was a male, and I was the nurse that was taking care of him, and it just was a very difficult situation that really showed me things in my heart that, wow, I need to have more boundaries, and I need to really be careful about if I'm in quarters with a male, I should always have another male around. I should always have maybe another female around. So from that situation, the Lord brought me out here to Idaho, and right away He gives me two men to run into. And I learned from that experience too. I just kept thinking that, I need to go to church with these guys. I need to keep ministering to these guys. And someone said, Starry, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to plant the seed and water it. No, not with the opposite sex. If God brings a man into a woman's life and we are to minister to them at that moment, then we do it, and then we're done. And then we get a brother in Christ to follow up. We as women should not be doing intimate things like even praying together with other males, holding their hands and praying, hugging them, even a friend hug, because it's just not appropriate. Those are intimate things. We shouldn't be doing intimate things with males on that level. And looking at my life as an unsaved woman, I see my videos. I see how I used to dress. I see how I used to carry my body. I was a very physical, athletic woman who had no shame with my body. And I didn't know. I was running around pretty much half naked. And even after I got saved, I didn't understand that during that time, I'm a married woman. I'm a married woman, and I'm revealing my body. And I'm doing activities with men, and it's not appropriate. And no one ever told me, really, as a saved woman. I had a lot of criticism, like, Star, you shouldn't be dressing like that. You're tempting men. But no one biblically showed me, really sat down and said, okay, this is why, Star. Instead, they pointed fingers, and they made me really feel bad. And it didn't consecrate me. It didn't convict me. But now, as I've come full circle, I have realized what I've done to my marriage, even as a married woman and as a supposed godly woman. I should have been covering up my body. I should have been saving that for my husband. I should have not been doing anything with any other males. I should not have even had friendships with males. It's just not appropriate. Everything needs to be saved for your husband, and your husband alone. And if you're going to, if he has a male friend, Okay, you can be in that, you can be with him together as a couple, but never alone. And the same thing with the husband. He should never be in a vehicle with a woman alone driving her home. He should try to find somebody to get her a ride that's of the same sex, or have his wife join him. A male should never be in even at the church and close the door to counsel alone. It should never ever be. And it doesn't make any difference if you're a church member or you're a believer or not a believer. This applies to everybody, because this is the draw of the sexes. We are created a certain way, and there's just too much temptation out there. Now, when I got saved, I have no interest in men. I really don't. I just don't. I don't have that. Like some women, they use their bodies and they're very sexual, and I'm not. I'm not. I'm just an athlete. But I knew when I went out to Wildwood, I started dressing more modestly. I became very convicted. I really followed the dress reform that Ellen White talked about, because I wanted to be looked at as somebody who loved the Lord. I wanted to represent the Lord, and I understood. And it wasn't just about the dress. It was about what was coming out of my heart. And so I really changed the way that I dressed and presented myself. Now the Lord is bringing me to the next level, and it has to do with being in contact with males, and it's really convicting me. And I think as women, if you are saved, that we all as women need to sit down and look at the way we dress, the way we present ourselves, the way we talk. Has been giving me encounters with godly couples and godly women. This is amazing. All these people I've been talking to this week, and what have they been telling me about how to be a godly woman, how to have reserve, how to have boundaries, how to dress, how to present herself. I just got done having a great conversation with a wonderful couple that I stayed with this just the other day, and excuse me, she told me her story about how she used to dress, and makeup and hair and all that. And she had her own testimony about how all of that was really competition for her. And I don't dress to attract, but we still have to be very aware that as a woman, whatever we put on, if we're not modest, we are attracting. So she gave me her testimony. And I don't have a problem so much with how I dress, because I've changed my whole dress and I'm very modest. And I try to stay modern. She says we don't have to be dumpy and humpy and all that, but we need to really, and we can wear color and all that, but we shouldn't be wearing things that are super, super skin tight, things that are short, showing our, we need to cover our body. And I've done that ever since Wildwood. I really do enjoy wearing the longer skirts. In the wintertime, I've been wearing some type of yoga leggings with a skirt over that. Always fully covered up. I don't, I'm just covered up. That's how we should be. I don't wear, if you see my videos, makeup. I don't wear makeup. I wear a little bit of mascara, and I cut the dreads out of my hair. And it is because I want to be a representative of Christ, and I want to be looked at as a godly woman, a virtuous woman, a woman who is not going to be a stumbling block for man. And I know a long time ago I used to argue, because no one taught me. No one taught me biblically what was right and what was wrong. I used to say, as I sat there in my little skirt and my little workout top, because I'm an athlete, and I am an athlete. I have a body of an athlete, so I have no shame. I'm just like, I'm working out. This is what I wear. So what? And if a man looks at me, that's their problem. That's their problem that they're looking at me. If they're godly men, they shouldn't be looking at me. No, that's the wrong way to look at it. Men are designed, I'm sorry, they're designed by God to be attracted to women. And yes, godly men, all men need to, walk in the spirit so they're not attracted, but it's like it happens. So we as women have a responsibility to dress appropriately and to not lure them in. And the thing is, God created us to be married. God created us to be with a spouse. So all of that should be reserved for your spouse. And I never thought about that before, because when I was married, I had guy friends. I got along better with guys than women. I'm an athlete. So yeah, I was an athlete, friends with guys. I dressed very scantily. I did things with men, and it wasn't right. It's not right. I look back now, and I feel so bad for my ex-husband, because I never realized that that was so inappropriate. And I'm sure it made him feel awful. I'm sure it hurt him. I'm sure he was jealous, because you know what? I would have been jealous if my ex would have been running around with women scantily clad and doing activities with them. It would have killed me. It would have killed me. I know what it feels like now, and it goes to the heart. It goes to the heart. Don't ever do that. As if you are married, you belong to your husband, and your husband belongs to you, and you should save everything for your spouse, including your body and who sees it. And your beauty should be only for your spouse's eyes only, and your attention should be for your spouse only. You should not be friends with males, and guys should not be friends with girls. And this is not, no. And it's not saying you can never talk to a man or a woman again. I'm saying there has to be an awareness all the time. And that's why when I did the video about witnessing, the guys ran into me, and I witnessed to them. But after that, it was up to a brother in Christ to take over, not me. And I shouldn't have even prayed with them, because praying, I didn't understand this, is a very intimate thing. It's very intimate. Now, you can pray in a group. You can pray with maybe a male and a woman. But if you're alone with a man and you're grabbing his hands, or you're just sitting and praying with him, that's intimacy. Because it's spiritual, and now you're developing that bond. So I'm learning a lot. And some of you may not agree with this, but I'm just sharing how I've been convicted. And it's really, I'm learning a lot. And I'm learning from women and couples. They've been counseling me and telling me, as a married man, this is what you need to do. You are not the head. And I know that. If you're with a male, they're the ones that need to lead. You need to allow them to make decisions. And I'm not saying, people take this out of context. I want a godly man. I want the man to make decisions. I want the man to wear the pants. I really do. As a woman, I want my man to lead me and to open up the Bible and feed me. And I want a man to do things with, but he ultimately is in charge, and I don't want to be the mother. I don't want to be like, did you do this, did you do that today? And there's women that do that, and I find myself, because I'm a nurturer and I'm a nurse, doing that sometimes, and I have to stop. Because if you're going to be with a man, be it somebody that you are dating or courting or engaged to or already married, stop mothering. Let him be a man. Let him be the godly man that the Lord wants to make, so he can be the head of the household. Us women are not supposed to be the head of the household. We are not the head. We're not the head, but we are together and we are one. But there's positions and roles, and we are side by side. But yeah, I'm just seeing that as a godly woman, right? I have to be very aware. And I have to be aware of this all the time. So I guess I'm just sharing this. I know it's hopefully, let's see, it's an 8-minute video. I don't know. You've seen me for all these years, and you see me with the dreads and the makeup and the jewelry, and I'm just happy starry, and I'm friends with everybody, and I want to be a godly woman. And over the last 3 years, the Lord has convicted me. And even now, coming out to Idaho, I've realized that I failed as a wife. I have failed to recognize that even after I got saved, God didn't reveal to me right away about my dress and how I was carrying myself. And I see it now. I've come full circle, and I see it. I see it now. So don't make the mistake that I made. If you are married, if you have any friends of the opposite sex, boy, oh boy, and your spouse is jealous, I wonder why. If you're jealous, resentment, I wonder why. If your spouse is being critical of you, I wonder why. Because sometimes they're not able to verbalize. Men and women can't verbalize. Sometimes it comes out in resentment. It comes out in criticalness. It comes out in being short. Check yourself, and check your relationships. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, because it's going to be a thorn in their side, and you are desecrating the marriage bed.